Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Edison Means Business. Today, we're going to focus on the hospitality industry. Our first guest is Joe Cassio, and Joe is the general manager of the New Jersey Convention and Expo Center, right here in Edison Township in Raritan Center, and of the Garden State Convention Center in Somerset. We have President and CEO of the Edison Chamber of Commerce, Barbara Roos, and Ken Yaglinski, and he is the owner of Rebounders of Edison, right on Carter Drive. Today's episode is going to focus on the hospitality industry and how it positively impacts the residents and businesses here in Edison Township, because this is money coming into the township. This is spendable income brought in not just by residents, not just by taxes, but by people coming in to enjoy what we have to offer in Edison Township. Joe, I'm going to start with you. Can you share some of those things with us?
Sure. Well, this morning we hosted a breakfast for the Making Strides Against Breast Cancer walk. We host that in October, and I think it's a phenomenal event. It draws about 5,000 or 6,000 people to our town. It's a brief 3-hour walk, but the benefits are long-term. It's a great cause, and it's something that, as Edison, we should be proud of, that we were able to facilitate. We do a lot of different events like this during the course of the year. We try to give back as much as we can to the community, to charities, to cultural groups. We're not just a for-profit business looking to bring in as much as we can. You highlighted part on hospitality. I think in the 23 years now that we've been open, our goal has always been to bring business into the township of Edison, fill the hotel rooms, because our primary goal when we first opened was filling the hotel that we built, which at the time was the Holiday Inn in Raritan Center. At the time, in 1989, we had 500 hotel rooms in the Raritan Center and Edison area. Now we have over 1,500 hotel rooms. So the variety of events that we hold a year range from the largest of the New York Society of Cosmetic Chemists event, which draws groups from around the world, to some of the groups, as you said today, a breakfast for 300 or a meeting for 20 people. So we're pretty diverse in that. And again, the goal here is ultimately representing Edison in its best way in all its form.
The flower show, phenomenal. The boat show. I mean, people, I don't know whether people buy these boats, but let me tell you, they are absolutely beautiful, and you do that each year. And the manner in which you are able to change from a flower show to a boat show in a matter of hours, it turns out, I think just speaks so well of you, your staff, and the precision with which you work. Can you tell us something about that?
Thank you that you bring that up. I mean, you've been privy to at least visit some of these events and see some of the turnarounds and the changes. And again, with Mother Nature cooperating in the winter months, because it is tough to gauge how the weather is going to play into it. But we are a very unique venue. We host, like I said, over 100 events a year. And in the first 4 months of the year, it being pretty much our busy time of the year, we have events day to day, week to week. And as you mentioned, the flower show is probably one of our largest consumer shows, draws over 18,000 people 4 days, with garden from around the state. And, people come from Maine, Boston, Virginia, Delaware. So it's pretty nice. The boat show, this was a very tough year, as we know, for boats. And after Hurricane Sandy, we work with the Marine Trade Association, who are also members of the Edison Chamber, to really get the show back up and build it, get the awareness out there that the boat industry is back, as well as, the shore. And, again, putting the Edison hat on, it really makes us look good as a community in that we're able to facilitate and host these events and not, again, look for just what's going to derive the best revenues for us.
Another good example of that, I think, is the expo, the Edison Family Day, that was always outside and you always had to worry about the weather. Now it's inside and weather's not an issue. So it does make a good venue.
With the Edison Family Day, that's been something that's been my passion for the last 7 or 8 years, working with the Municipal Alliance. in all the years that we have put together as the Expo Center, now being involved with the Edison Chamber of Commerce, along with Kenny, I think
Right.
all of us really look at that event now as a signature going forward of how we can bridge together the business community, the township, and the residents. I think the residents really ought to look at what we do as a chamber, not for just business, but the goal here is to really give back more to the community and to the residents to have something to offer.
Kenny, this is your
Yes.
first year at the Family Day, wasn't it?
Correct.
Yep.
It was a fantastic event. It
And
was,
you were throwing that ball around.
right. Gator skate, little trimpoline dodgeball. We we had our mascot
Tell
there.
them what the ball is made
Oh,
of.
little air dodgeball. We actually the only tri-state areas indoor trampoline arena. We feature different kinds of athletic. In addition to trampoline, one of our events is trampoline dodgeball. Pretty much is dodgeball on a trampoline. Everything we use these light, soft gator skin balls made in the USA, just like everything else in the facility. And toss it around at people. Everybody should. We should get the mayor and everybody up here.
Yeah,
212,
absolutely.
right? We actually are going on our 1-year anniversary next week. We open for a year already, very fast moving year, which is fantastic. I can't. We picked the perfect location. I searched. It took me 2.5 years to get this open. Started down in Florida, came up here looking for the perfect spot, needed a central location, and found a perfect place in Edison. Focused on Edison because we're so close to New York City, Pennsylvania, North, South Jersey. It's a perfect spot. So the correct location ended up being phenomenal. We've done over 100,000 jumpers in 1 year. We have between 15 and 20,000 people in our facility every single month. Summer has just been absolutely phenomenal. We have day camps coming from New York City, Long Island, Pennsylvania. We get a pull from everybody all over within, I would say, 150-mile radius, because we are actually the only ones like this in the tri-state. Looking to branch out here very soon elsewhere as well, but right now just trying to get as many people as we can into our location in Edison. We actually have about 30% of our customer base actually comes from New York City itself.
Really?
Staten Island, Manhattan, and Brooklyn, believe it or not. So it's there's no complaints. I'm very ecstatic about how everything is going. So
One thing that impressed me was your rapport with the young people that you have working with your staff and the training that you put them through. They're really professional, very nice people, very safety conscious.
absolutely, I seem a very nice person, but I could be a sleigh rider when I'm. We really push repetition. We really corporate came up and originally started doing all the training, but as you know, they're a Florida-based company, so a lot of things that work in Florida do not work up here, especially with the teens and the kids up here. Different kind of mentality versus anywhere else in the country. So we took their base there and started going from what I learned with my staff. I can't take all the credit at all. I have a phenomenal general manager and assistant general manager. They're actually cousins, Matt and Lindsay Nadonelly. We really sat down and pretty much reworked all the training manuals. We reworked all of our handbooks, and we really wanted to get it into our employees' head. Customer first, customer first, customer first, customer first. We got to come back. I want to bring my kids here because it's a new, exciting industry, and they're actually working out. Our slogan is where family, fun, and fitness come together. We have an attraction, quote unquote, like a Six Flags. We have certain rules you have to follow. This is what you have to do. This is what you do for safety, but you're actually working out. And that's what we really we're pushing, especially with a generation always staying inside computers all the time,
Yes.
at all times. This is something different that they can get away from. If they don't like being outside, we're not outside. They're inside. We have video games in there as well that pull some people in. And it's something different, and we're really trying to get the youth into some kind of good shape here. Trampoline dodgeball is exactly one that is something so different. Everybody loves playing dodgeball, especially our generation with the whole dodgeball movies and stuff like that. And now putting on a trampoline, you're exerting your entire body because you have to be jumping up and down the entire time, and you're working out and you don't even know it. And it's something that the whole family can do together. Go out for a few hours in a day. Eat some lunch, get a full family workout together all at the same time. It's something different. So,
Do you find corporations also going there for
yes,
parties?
we just really started pumping. We're just really now starting to get the word out around everywhere. We were still pushing, mass media, so a lot of social media. We try to reach our Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Rebounders NJ, and we're trying to reach everybody. Now, finally, we're starting to reach the corporate culture. We have a lot of people within Edison, Edison companies coming. Bonefish Grill comes all the time. We had Applebee's at some time. Now we're starting to get the bigger corporate. We have Ernst & Young coming. I don't think they're in Edison, but they'll be here as well. But now the corporate structure, because it's corporate team building as well. It's not just, we have a structure to our facility as well for birthday parties, summer camps, and as well as corporate. It's something they can do as a team, something that they cannot do anywhere else. You know, they play trampoline dodgeball, they do foam pit races. We have a full court basketball court, basketball jumpers as well. So some kind of competition that they can get out and really build as a team. And it's starting. The word is really starting to get about that. So we'll hopefully get some more corporate companies in there.
So you're talking about fitness while they're having fun.
Exactly, family fun and fitness.
Wow, that's great.
And great team building as well. Great team building.
I think one of the roles of the chamber at this point is to make sure that companies like yours market to each other. So you might have brochures on your desk that would entice people to come back and have fun in Edison, if not just your store right now. And same, with your show, you have brochures out there that show the people where they can go in Edison, where the family can go while they're tied up doing something else.
I'm also a board of directors member on the Chamber of Commerce, and I really try to pump our own as well. Any chamber member that comes in, I always let them leave any kind of information they want. I really try to push the taste when we did it as well. I put as many flyers as we can out there. But if a chamber, you can come in. I mean, I have so many people that come to the facility. I have no problem leaving coupons and information like that. We use our food. We use our local, all local food from local vendors as well. Our pizza, our catering, all that kind of stuff is all local vendors as well. So we try to help out our fellow businesses as much as possible. Absolutely.
Because what we're trying to do is encourage people that live here to shop here.
Exactly.
Support the local businesses. They're the ones who hire the people. They pay the taxes. They hire our friends and neighbors.
Well, Barbara, Joe mentioned the number of new hotel rooms that have come into existence since you've been here in 1989, or the center has been here in 1989. I know you're too young to have been here in 1989.
Not that young, but...
But how does, as the president of the Chamber of Commerce, how does this work into what the Chamber is trying to promote in the business community, but again, also encompassing the hospitality community? How do we work together as a unit?
I know that the hospitality industry, whether it be the restaurants or the hotels, they need to work closer together. And it's friendly competition, but that's good. And we know that Joe, and here's another, the Pines Manor and the center, they work together when there's a big show coming in. Joe calls around and find out where in the area there's rooms to be sleep, or where the best places to go for meals are. So I think that's really important, and people can go up on our website and they can see the different activities. We have a community calendar there. We have the restaurants. We have the hotels. So people should use our website, www.edisonchamber.com. Use the website to find out where they can go to do things in the area. So our role is to get the business people working together to get people to come into Edison.
We're not running a convention and visitors bureau like a New York City or a Philadelphia. We're not looking to capture and take it all. We're allowing these hotels to benefit. The restaurants, I think, really get a lot of trickle down from us. We can't really gauge where all the transient business goes. We can only tell them that we promote it between the convention center, between the Chamber of Commerce and the board members. We all kind of share within the community. So. And
those 1,500 rooms, the people are paying their hotel tax. And Mayor, the good news on that is?
About $900,000 in hotel tax revenue for the municipality last year, which is fantastic.
The groups that we're bringing in now, and I mentioned we have a billiards expo that's signed for 3 years. We just brought in a Minerals and Gems event, which is a large minerals and gems show. They're talking about doing it twice a year. They just held their first this year. Those are going to be the groups that are going to draw more and more to the area.
Yes.
And again, the transient business is great because they're here 4 or 5 days, they're eating here, they're staying over here, they're driving all throughout our communities. So that's the long-term benefit. So.
That's wonderful.
We are very, very proud of your businesses. In fact, I was going to mention that the New Jersey Convention and Expo Center had been an outstanding business for a couple times, outstanding economic vitality business, member of the year. And of course, Rebounders was acknowledged this year as an outstanding business for all that you've done in the community, and both Kenny and Joe sit on our board of directors, so we're very proud.
Right.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Just recently, I think you both did a lot for the Hurricane Sandy survivors.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't, grace of God, we lucked out when Hurricane Sandy hit. Rebounders was the only place that didn't. We had power. I had cable. I had electric.
We should have come and stayed.
Yeah,
It was open. I had it open to my, I had a lot of my staff, their families came in, hot showers. We were open to the public too. I mean, we just opened at this time, so it wasn't, it wasn't a huge. I mean, we have a 41,000 square foot warehouse, so we could have really housed a lot of people, but we weren't known. So, if that ever happens again, people know that
You got a
we can.
stockpile of cots over there now?
Exactly, exactly. But we had people sleeping in there. People were coming just to to also get away. It's a family activity. So through all that mayhem and all that, they were able to come into a place with full power, some hot water, get something nice and warm to eat. Get some we were really trying to help people out. On top of that, besides that, we did a lot of volunteering. It was pretty terrible, but we were a place that we housed a lot of food and clothing. We were able to collect a lot of that from local people as well. We bought and donated thousands and thousands of bottles of water. And it's not something that we just gave off. We actually went down to Union Beach, to Keyport, to Belmar, that area, and actually handed out clothing, handed out food, and drink with our staff. So it was a fantastic experience for us.
Joe, I know
Yeah,
that at
we-
the Expo Center
Yeah.
you suffered from the surge
Yes, it
from
was,
the Raritan.
We endured 2 foot of water throughout the facility. We had over 1 million square feet of Raritan Center affected directly by the water surge. Our parent company, Summit Associates, were diligent in remediating, repairing, getting everyone back in, because again, that's a lot of business that we can't afford to lose. None of us, the town, the company. Directly, the convention center fell on my shoulders and with my staff, and I give them all the credit in the fact that they could have stayed home. They could have taken the next week off and said, you know what, when the building is back and ready to go, I'll come back in and do my job. But we all pitched in, we all came together. Within I think it was 8 days, we hosted our next event, albeit temporary carpet and things like that. We were able to get in and really start working immediately. And with that, nothing was lost. I mean, we displaced a few events that would have happened that immediate week,
Right.
and we put them off into other times of the November and December. But we really didn't lose business, which honestly affects everyone, because the hotels that had arrangements made, now at least we kept those arrangements within a year.
I just want to mention a couple of the parks that we have here in Edison. Roosevelt Park is a county park, Middlesex County Park, but it's located in Edison Township. And there are so many facilities. There's ice skating and basketball. There's picnic groves. But Edison Township itself, locally, we have 31 parks scattered throughout our township. As you know, we're a big community, 32 square miles, but we maintain 31 parks. Those parks, many of them have softball fields, basketball courts, tennis courts. Usually when the enclosure is a half side will be basketball, the other half will be the tennis court, with the nets. So we really try to maintain that feeling of people coming in to enjoy the township, and when they do, it benefits the local businesses.
Absolutely.
Barbara, can you think of anything else that we have here in Edison?
I was just going to mention, with groups coming in like the Barclays and many of the other activities, maybe a mom or dad is connected with a conference, but the children have to have a place to go. So what I'm saying is we want to introduce the families to what they can do here in Edison, whether it be the passive at the parks or whether it be the more active places. So places like yours, the shows that you present, the conventions, and the places like yours, or the Monty Mini Golf, or the billiards that we have, or the skating that we have. We want families to know that there's more to Edison than just coming in for whatever reason they had come in for,
that one event.
to keep them here and to bring them back here.
Thank you for joining us, and remember, Edison means business.